Hi, I welcome you to Yoga and You. I'm Aparna Ganesh and I'm delighted to be with Hansaji, the director of the Yoga Institute. Hansaji, yoga has helped millions in lots of diseases, heart issues, cancer, so many things.
Right.
Today I want to discuss the issue of skin. There is skin infections that people have issues with, and it's quite far more difficult to handle somehow because you can see it, and it restricts your daily movements, in a lot of ways. How can yoga really help with skin infections?
Oh, it's a very big topic, let me tell you, but we will understand it quickly. The main thing is toxins into our body, free radicals, you see hormonal imbalances, and a sensitivity towards the external environment. All these things can cause skin problems, major skin problems, like quite a lot of things like acne, pimples and all that, like hair fall and even dandruffs coming up, like rashes all over. Sometimes you have pink, red rashes all over.
Itching,
yeah. Excessive sweating. Palms are sweating and things are sweating, excessive sweat. All this comes under skin problem. You see, skin is the largest organ of our body, and skin is very clear. If internally something goes wrong, it affects skin. Externally, if something goes wrong, it affects skin, because it is that. So we have to be very much alert when the skin gets into trouble. We have to do something to see that skin is clear, neat and healthy. So now yoga has answer for all these things, all these problems. So now, first of all, toxins. The toxins which are created in our body, we should see to it that we have proper food habits, proper digestion, because digestive system should work well. So certain yoga asanas would help in improving digestive system. So that has to be clear. Free radicals. Every part of your body should have a good amount of oxygen, because externally so much of pollution is there, so many things are there which are continuously affecting us, continuously. And so we are supposed to do something like that.
When you say free radicals, Hansaji, what?
It is so many irritants are there in the atmosphere.
Right.
Like you will notice that certain flowers are there and the pollens in the air will cause allergy. And that allergic reaction is shown on skin, either on lungs that you start breathing heavily, or on skin. So many such things are there around. So we have to become more personality wise such that our immunity is very high, so that these things don't affect us. And so yoga asanas, pranayam, basically these pranayams help in better oxygenation, and so every cell gets proper oxygen, and so you don't get affected by external things. But skin externally has to be attended. Like I would give you an advice that when you go for your bath, always take a towel which is dry, napkin, and rub that napkin on your skin dry, so that when you are rubbing, the dead cells which are clogging your pores are thrown out.
Gharshan is the word that you used to use, I remember.
Gharshan snan. Yeah. So first you have to do that, dry, and then with wet napkin again you do the gharshan. So this sort of a bath becomes very, very important. And then these external
This is something that you can do even after a normal bath, right, Hansaji?
Yes, yeah. But first dry skin, and then the wet. That I would now recommend, because lots of toxins are there in the external world. So this is another area. Then you are supposed to see that you become very sensitive about the external environment. For example, it's a rainy season. Have you seen how many problems come during rainy season? So our skin is supposed to remain dry and not wet. If you keep your skin wet, you are going to have more hair falls. You are going to have more patches here and there, dark patches coming up very easily. Scratchy skin will come. All this because of this atmosphere, which is moist. And moist atmosphere, and again you get wet. And you don't bother, you are wet, but you don't quickly change and become dry. We are supposed to remain dry. If you find you are sweating too much, remove the undergarments and wear a fresh one. That would be better than keeping it as it is and just sitting under fan or in a strong AC. It will create more problem. Your hormones will be totally imbalanced and you would go low. So keep dry and keep warm. So I would always say that sitting near fire or taking a hot water bath and making your legs dry and hands dry and warm would be the solution for skin problems, because the nerve endings are there in your foot down. So if you give warmth over there, the whole body is helped. So that has to be done in rainy season. In cold climate, dry skin is much more, so this type of a bath which I recommended. Now, so be sensitive. You are going to some area which is very polluted. You can see dark patches on your skin. So in that case, you must use some soap or some liquid soap and clean it up, and then wash it well with water. So this is all. Playing with water for a long time, avoid. You go to swimming pool where chlorination is there, and that also affects some people's skin. You will notice that some people become darker, rather majority their skin becomes darker, and they want to be fair, so they have more sunscreen, applied cream applying on the body and all that. I am not in favor of that. I would say that better you use something like milk
or coconut oil.
Coconut oil is another thing, pure coconut oil, which is stone pressed oil.
Cold pressed. Yeah.
Cold pressed, that would be very good. But that you could apply after bath little bit when your skin is wet. At that time you apply coconut oil. And then it is. So this is how you have to little bit take care according to the season. But the main point is our hormones. You see, it is so strongly mentioned by medical science. Now this is a new field which has come in medical field. They talk about neuropeptides. They talk about hormone which is called as melatonin. Now this melatonin peptides, and then it comes to nerves which are getting affected so badly so that your body is affected because of that. So it is called as a neurodermatology. So this dermatology and neuro and psychodermatology is another subject. So these subjects, they tell that there is direct connection between our psyche and dermatology and skin. So again here yoga comes into the picture very strongly, that if you are stressed, you are tensed, you worry, you get lots of anxiety, then it is going to affect your body. Mind plays a very big role in skin's health. And this psychodermatology subject is strongly talking about that. Now this is recently researched work, but yoga talks about it long back. Yoga always says that root cause of all disease lies in mind. And so try and see that if skin is getting affected, eczema, dry and wet eczema, what a terrible, you feel terrible, continuously itching, certain areas are oozing, and if it comes on arms and legs and body, person is really suffering, restless. So person, the moment the beginning takes place, person should be alarmed. Suddenly things don't flare up on the skin. It starts with few simple symptoms. Either your pimples are coming, and they are painful also, or they are small pimples on the face and on forehead because of dandruff and because of dry skin. So many things are happening, and you are supposed to immediately attend to yourself. Another thing which is so important in bringing good health is good sleep. All these people, I tell that they should sleep 1 hour early and sleep little more, because body's repair work, these hormones, they are handled how? How these hormones are handled? By a good sleep and by relaxed meditation. You see, I would strongly recommend that person should sit quietly at least for 10 minutes, 2-3 times in a day. where you are sitting and listening to some sound, sitting on having some mantra in your mind, sitting and feeling the touch of air on your skin, and such meditation 10 minutes, and do a good amount of shavasana or makarasana or dradhasana or nishpanda bhav, sitting and listening to sound. These things are so important.
Hansaji, can I just take you back a bit on the first point where you mentioned about the dietary thing, which is a large factor for your skin's health. So what is it that you would say, you know, like if you could just mention a few things, like I know for a fact turmeric is extremely good for one's skin. Like if you consume turmeric, it, you know, it's a anti-bacterial, so many things. So is there anything more that people, especially with infected skin or even with not, what can they consume that can keep them healthy?
One definitely is turmeric. So even if you are taking milk, put little turmeric, little haldi in that and take. And second is lemon, vitamin C, most important. Or take amla. Amla powder could be taken with honey, or amla powder with just drink it with water, but that should definitely go into your system. And third, the way in which your skin reacts, try and see that early morning sun rays fall on your skin. Early morning means when you are rising sun or that setting sun, those rays, they have tremendous healing capacity. And then I would say that for healthy skin, the clothes which we are wearing makes a very big difference. You see, I find people wearing tight pants, jeans. In our climate, according to the climate you have to wear clothes. According to the place you live, you have to wear clothes. So in these climates, when you are wearing tight dresses, synthetic sweat clothes, remains, synthetic clothes, the sweat remains with your body, and that brings microbes, toxins, free radicals more on your system, and that affects your skin. Otherwise, they say in Hatयोग book, they have mentioned that when person is working hard, running, lifting weight, going here and there and sweating out, that sweat is very good for your skin. Rather, you should just move your hand on your body when you are sweating, and that rather works as a protection for you. But you are not working and you are sweating, that is the wrong opposite. That you have to remain dry, make your skin dry. These are the few things. And in food, sufficient amount of fruits. One plate should be of fruits, all varieties of fruits, and ripe fruits, not unripe fruits. So these things I would recommend for health. And finally, of course, hemoglobin has to be good to glow. You see, your face should look nice, how you are glowing. So the point is leafy vegetables and such things should be cooked and eaten. I am not so much in favor of totally raw food for our...
So green smoothies you don't recommend?
Our climate, rainy season, raw food should be totally avoided, absolutely out. And even green leafy vegetables in season when rains are going on, we should totally avoid. We should live more on protein. So dals and varieties of bajra, juwar, bhakri and jaggery, honey, that should be your food in rainy season. Fruits, and that's it. So this is how we should make changes even from skin point of view.
Hansaji, how about aloe vera?
Aloe vera is always good. It is good. It's
need to be
found
consumed.
To be good. You can do that. If you see, you should use aloe vera as a medicine, not as a routine.
Okay.
What I am telling you is following the routine. Aloe vera as a medicine required would be fine. We don't need so much in certain climates. When the climates are extreme, then such things are helpful. Another spice is ginger, adrak, supposed to be very good balancing spice, and you should eat adrak. So put that in vegetables, and
or just put it in the tin of water that you drink from, and that is
also
very
would
good,
be
right?
fine. Yeah. Now we have such bottles available.
Jugs, you just put ginger and drink water.
Ginger and lemon in that, and drinking that also is fine. So we have found new things, but certain things have to go to our system when it comes to skin. even right from your clothes down to how you are eating, how you are spending your time, how is your state of mind. Practically entire yoga comes into the picture
as a lifestyle.
Talk about, yes, lifestyle, when we talk about skin care.
There are a lot of wonderful things, Hansaji, you shared. I'm sure anybody who has any skin issues, if you just follow even some of the things that she has mentioned, you will definitely see a huge result. I hope you do, and I wish you the best of health. Thank you. I'm sure you're enjoying all these videos, and Hansaji's words have really touched you in many ways. Please do share these videos with your friends so that they can benefit as well. And like the video, subscribe to the channel. When you hit the notification bell, you will be updated of all the recent posts.